Imagine searching for a single grain of sand, lost somewhere on a vast beach. The sheer scale of the task is overwhelming, isn't it? Now picture this scenario in the digital world. This daunting task illustrates the challenge of brute-forcing cryptocurrency keys. Just as finding that single grain of sand seems nearly impossible, so too is the effort to crack a cryptocurrency key through brute force. These keys, crucial for accessing and managing digital wallets, exist as random sequences of numbers and letters within an immense range of possibilities. Each key is unique, and the number of potential combinations is astronomical. Traditional brute force methods involve systematically trying every combination until the correct key is found. This method, while theoretically sound, is practically infeasible due to the sheer number of possible combinations. However, the sheer size of the key space, the set of all possible keys, makes this approach highly impractical. The key space is so vast that even the most powerful computers would take an unfathomable amount of time to explore every possibility. To understand the magnitude of this problem, consider the Bitcoin private key. This key is a 256-bit number, which means it can have 2 circumflex, 256 possible combinations. That's a number so large it's difficult to comprehend. It consists of 256 bits, representing a number so large it dwarfs the estimated number of atoms in the universe. To put it in perspective, there are estimated to be around 10 circumflex 80 atoms in the observable universe, but a 256-bit key has 10 circumflex 77 more possible combinations. Even with powerful computers, the time required to brute force such a key could exceed the current age of the universe. This is because the number of possible keys is so vast that even the fastest computers would need an astronomical amount of time to try every combination. This is where advanced techniques, leveraging mathematical shortcuts and computational power, come into play. Researchers and cryptographers are constantly developing new methods to make the process more efficient. These techniques, ranging from exploiting elliptic curve properties to harnessing the parallel processing power of GPUs, offer a glimmer of hope for making brute force attacks more feasible. Elliptic curve cryptography, for instance, provides a way to reduce the complexity of the problem, making it more manageable. While not rendering cryptography obsolete, these advancements highlight the ever-evolving arms race between security researchers and those seeking to exploit vulnerabilities in the digital realm. As technology advances, so too do the methods used by both sides, ensuring that the battle for digital security is never ending. To grasp why traditional brute force attacks falter, we must delve into the vastness of the key space. The key space is essentially the universe of all possible keys that can be used in a cryptographic system. It's a realm so vast that it defies ordinary comprehension. Imagine trying to find a single grain of sand in all the deserts of the world combined. That's the scale we're dealing with. Imagine a combination lock, not with 3 or 4 dials, but with hundreds. Each dial adds another layer of complexity, another dimension to the problem. The more dials there are, the more combinations you have to try. And in the world of cryptography, these dials are bits. Each dial represents a bit in the cryptocurrency key, and each bit can be either a 0 or a 1. This binary system is the foundation of digital security. With each additional bit, the number of possible combinations doubles. So, a key with 256 bits has 2 circumflex 256 possible combinations. That's a number so large it has more digits than there are atoms in the observable universe. The total number of combinations explodes exponentially with each additional bit. This exponential growth is what makes brute force attacks so impractical. Even with the fastest computers available today, it would take longer than the age of the universe to try every possible combination. Elliptic curve cryptography, or ECC, the foundation of Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies, offers a glimmer of hope. ECC is a type of public key cryptography based on the algebraic structure of elliptic curves over finite fields. It provides the same level of security as traditional systems, but with much shorter keys. ECC uses a complex mathematical structure that allows for shorter keys while maintaining the same level of security as much longer keys in other systems. This is achieved through the properties of elliptic curves, which make it computationally infeasible to reverse engineer the private key from the public key. This reduction in key size, while still enormous, shrinks the key space, making brute force attacks slightly less daunting. However, even with ECC, the key space remains vast, and the challenge of finding the correct key is still monumental. Modular arithmetic, a fundamental concept in number theory, further aids in streamlining the search. It allows for operations to be performed within a fixed range, effectively reducing the number of possibilities that need to be considered. By exploiting the cyclical nature of modular operations, we can skip over vast swaths of invalid keys, focusing computational resources on more promising candidates. This is akin to having a sophisticated filter that weeds out the impossible combinations, leaving only the viable ones. Think of it like having a map that tells you which paths are dead ends, allowing you to navigate a maze more efficiently. This map doesn't guarantee you'll find the exit immediately, but it significantly increases your chances by eliminating the futile paths. In the realm of cryptography, this means that while the problem remains immense, our tools and techniques are continually evolving to make the search more manageable. Elliptic curve cryptography, while complex, can be understood through a simplified analogy. Imagine a clock face, but instead of numbers, it has points scattered across its surface. These points represent possible keys. ECC uses a specific set of rules, defined by the curve's equation, to jump between these points. These jumps are not random. They follow a predictable pattern determined by the starting point and the curve's properties. By understanding these properties, we can calculate possible landing points without checking every point in between. This significantly reduces the number of keys we need to test. Think of it like knowing the exact number of steps to take on a spiral staircase to reach a specific floor, instead of climbing each step individually. This mathematical shortcut allows us to navigate the key space more efficiently, making brute force attacks more feasible, though still extremely challenging. Section 4. Modular arithmetic, skipping the line. Modular arithmetic, a cornerstone of cryptography, provides another tool for optimizing brute force searches. It operates on the principle of remainders after division. For example, in modulo 12 arithmetic, the result of 15 divided by 12 is 3, representing the remainder. In the context of cryptocurrency keys, modular arithmetic allows us to discard vast ranges of keys without testing them directly. By understanding the modular properties of the key space, we can identify patterns and relationships that allow us to skip over invalid keys. Imagine having a list of all possible phone numbers, but knowing that only numbers ending in 7 are valid. This knowledge allows you to eliminate a significant portion of the list without dialing each number individually. Similarly, modular arithmetic acts as a filter, streamlining the brute force process by focusing computational resources on more promising key candidates. Section 5. GPU power, unleashing the brute force. The brute force search for cryptocurrency keys, while computationally intensive, is inherently parallelizable. This means that the task can be broken down into smaller, more manageable pieces, each of which can be processed independently. By leveraging the power of parallel processing, we can significantly speed up the search process. This means we can divide the task into smaller chunks and process them simultaneously. Each chunk represents a subset of the total search space, and by working on these chunks in parallel, we can cover a much larger area in a shorter amount of time. Graphics processing units, or GPUs, initially designed for rendering images, excel at parallel processing, making them ideal for brute force attacks. Their architecture is specifically optimized for handling multiple tasks at once, which is exactly what is needed for this type of computational work. Unlike traditional CPUs, which excel at sequential tasks, GPUs can handle millions of calculations concurrently. This is because GPUs have a large number of smaller, more efficient cores that can work on multiple tasks simultaneously, whereas CPUs have fewer, more powerful cores that are optimized for single-threaded performance. This massive parallel processing power significantly accelerates the key search process. By distributing the workload across thousands of GPU cores, we can achieve a level of performance that would be impossible with a traditional CPU. Imagine searching for a lost object in a field. If you were to search by yourself, it would take a considerable amount of time to cover the entire area. You would have to methodically go through each section, one by one, until you either found the object or exhausted all possibilities. A single person would take a long time, but 1,000 people searching simultaneously would cover the area much faster. Each person would be responsible for a smaller section of the field, and by working together, they could complete the search in a fraction of the time. GPUs act like those 1,000 searchers, each testing a different set of keys concurrently, drastically reducing the overall search time. This ability to perform many calculations at once is what makes GPUs so powerful for tasks that require a lot of computational effort. While still a daunting task, GPUs make brute force attacks orders of magnitude faster than traditional CPUs, highlighting the importance of hardware in this digital arms race. The advancements in GPU technology have not only revolutionized the field of computer graphics, but have also opened up new possibilities in areas such as cryptocurrency mining, scientific research, and artificial intelligence.